Okay, welcome to the Lady Diana's channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully we got through all the kinks and the technical difficulties. Today, I think is a good day to go into this story with the Florida woman. Something about Florida, always got these crazy stories. So we have a Florida woman who's already a mother, took in somebody else's kid, her boyfriend at the time, whom boyfriend is obviously in and out of jail. So she's taking care of a child that obviously she doesn't have wholeheartedly in her heart to actually care for the child, because she actually has her own kids, which are like 18. So they're kind of like grown kids at this point. We don't know what kind of um, upbringing these kids were raised in, but hopefully they didn't have to suffer anything near what this child had to suffer. I heard this child was tortured at some point. Like that's the form of punishment. I mean, kids are growing up in this world. It's hard enough as it is, you know. There's no reason to take out your anger on kids. There's no reason to um, not be able to speak to the child and give them instruction. When you put hands on these kids, you just traumatizing them. I just want to say that. So we're gonna jump right into the story because apparently this woman was trained. She trained a dog to actually be this vicious. So we're gonna jump right into the video. Let me put this video right on for you guys, and we'll jump right in. Let's go.
Environment and is treated, with love as a pet and is not trained to fight, not trained to attack, not trained to harm, then the dog generally will behave consistent to the way that the owner trained him. So in a situation like this, it leads me to believe that either the dog was trained to attack, whether it be for self-defense purposes, whether it was for dog fighting purposes, we don't know. But I think there was something in the training that allowed the dog to be able to be triggered to attack and maul this little girl. It's usually certain types of breeds, if they see you as part of their quote unquote pack, as part of their household, they're generally not going to turn on you. So, in order for her to get her being the defendant, to get this dog to turn on the child, this either had to have been something that she had been training the dog to do over time, or again, the dog had a more violent nature based on the way that it was nurtured, and that's how this horrible tragedy came to be.
It's really tough to think about that, a dog attacking a little girl. I mean, so many of us have pets, are animal lovers. I cannot imagine my dog, who is part of my family, attacking another member of my family. And so this may be speculation, but it does get me thinking that maybe the defendant in this case kind of did nurture the dog into acting more aggressive and potentially attacking people. Also, this defendant, according to court docs, may have said that she's, quote, fixin' to kill her, meaning Jamaria, the little girl. That to me sounds like a threat ahead of time. What do you think about that? Can that be used against her?
Most definitely.
Absolutely, absolutely. I would, depending on when it was said, and I'm thinking more so about the time frame around premeditation. Because if this is something she said 10 minutes, 15 minutes before the attack by the dog, that to me speaks to premeditation. If it's something she said contemporaneous to the attack, so in other words, she says, I'm fixing to kill her and releases the dog, I think that's more of a case of second degree murder more so than first degree, because there could be the argument that this is in the heat of passion and that, she was just angry, versus this is something that she had been planning to do because whatever the case may be, the child was taking too much of the financial resources from the household, or she was jealous at the attention that the child was receiving from her partner and she felt her partner should have been paying more attention to her, any of a number of things. But that time frame is going to be critical in terms of determining premeditation as to whether or not this should be a first degree murder or if this should be a second degree murder.
And if we're talking about time frame in general, I want to bring up when this happened. It was way back in June. And now we're approaching September. So quite a lengthy amount of time. Why do you think it would have taken so long for experts to determine this was a homicide?
Looking for remote work?
Does make that trial much more difficult because the prosecutor has to prove the cause of death, which would be, let's say, a gunshot wound, stabbing, death by, dog bite, and they have.
I'm sorry, that's all I need to hear. There's no way, if you have video footage, that you're going to deny that this woman did not intentionally mean to harm the child. She literally said she was fixing to kill that kid. Like, come on. I'm just going to end it right here, guys. Thanks for watching.